What is urban exploration? Urban exploration, often shortened as UE or urbex, and sometimes known as roof and tunnel hacking, is the exploration of man-made structures, usually abandoned ruins or hidden components of the man-made environment. Photography and historical interest/documentation are heavily featured in the hobby and is sometimes involved in trespassing onto private property. Urban exploration is also called draining, a specific form of urban exploration where storm drains or sewers are explored. Urban spelunking, urban rock climbing, urban caving, building hacking, or mousing. The activity presents various risks, including both physical danger and, if done illegally and or without permission, the possibility of arrest and punishment. Some activities associated with urban exploration violate local or regional laws and certain broadly interpreted anti-terrorism laws, or can be considered trespassing or invasion of privacy. Abandonments. Ventures into abandoned structures are perhaps the most common example of urban exploration. Many sites are entered first by locals and may have graffiti or other kinds of vandalism, while others are better preserved. Although targets of exploration vary from one country to another, high-profile abandonments include amusement parks, grain elevators, factories, power plants, missile silos, fallout shelters, hospitals, asylums, schools, poorhouses, and sanatoriums. Many explorers find decay of uninhabited space profoundly beautiful, and some are also proficient freelance photographers who document what they see, such as those who document the infrastructure of the former USSR. Abandoned sites are also popular among historians, preservationists, architects, archaeologists, industrial archaeologists, and ghost hunters. Active buildings. Aspect of urban exploration is the practice of exploring active or in-use buildings, which includes gaining access to secured or member-only areas, mechanical rooms, roofs, elevator rooms, abandoned floors, and other normally unseen parts of working buildings. The term infiltration is often associated with the exploration of active structures. People entering restricted areas may be committing trespass, and civil prosecution may result. Catacombs. Catacombs such as those found in Paris, Rome, Odessa, and Naples have been investigated by urban explorers. Some consider the mines in Paris, comprising many of the tunnels that are not open to the public tourism, including the catacombs, the Holy Grail due to their extensive nature and history. Explorers of these spaces are known as the cataphiles. Sewers and storm drains. Entry into storm drains or draining is another common form of urban exploration. Groups devoted to the task have arisen, such as the cHoW clan in Australia. Draining has a specialized set of guidelines, the foremost of which is when it rains, no drains, because the dangers of becoming entrapped, washed away, or killed increase dramatically during heavy rainfall. A small subset of explorers enter sanitary sewers. Sometimes they are the only connection to caves or other subterranean features. Sewers are among the most dangerous locations to explore owing to the risk of poisoning by buildups of toxic gas, commonly methane, hydrogen sulfide, or carbon dioxide. Transit tunnels. Exploring active and abandoned subway and railroad tunnels, bores, and stations is often considered trespassing and can result in civil prosecution due to security concerns. As a result, this type of exploration is rarely publicized. An exception to this is the abandoned subway of Rochester, New York, the only American city with an abandoned subway system that was once operational. The Cincinnati subway is also abandoned but was never completed. London has a number of stations on the London Underground network that have been closed over the years, with Aldwych Tube Station a popular location for explorers. Utility tunnels. Universities and other large institutions, such as hospitals, often distribute hazardous superheated steam for heating or cooling buildings from a central heating plant. These pipes are generally run through utility tunnels, which are often intended to be accessible solely for the purpose of maintenance. Nevertheless, many of these steam tunnels, especially those on college campuses, have a tradition of exploration by students. This practice was once called vatting at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, but students there now call it roof and tunnel hacking. Urban exploration comes with a number of inherent dangers. For example, storm drains are not designed with human assets as their primary use. They can be subject to flash flooding and bad air. There have been a number of deaths in storm water drains, but these are usually during floods, and the victims are not normally urban explorers. Many abandoned structures have hazards such as unstable structures, unsafe floors, broken glass, stray voltage, entrapment hazards, or unknown chemicals and other harmful substances, most notably asbestos. Other risks include free-roaming guard dogs and hostile squatters. Some abandoned locations may be heavily guarded by motion detectors and active security patrols, while others are more easily accessible and carry less risk of discovery. Asbestos is a long-term health risk for urban explorers, along with contaminants from dried bird feces, which can cause pigeon breeders' lung a form of hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Urban explorers may use dust masks and respirators to mitigate this danger. Some sites are occasionally used by substance abusers for recreation or waste disposal, and there may be used or infected syringes en route, such as those commonly used for heroin injection. The activity's growing popularity has resulted in an increased attention not just from explorers, but from vandals and law enforcement. The illicit aspects of urban exploring, which may include trespassing and breaking and entering, have had criminal attention in mainstream newspapers. Methods and technology. Some urban explorers use head cams such as GoPro or other helmet cameras for videos. Some also use quadcopters and drones for exploration and recording. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate what you do for me and how you support this channel. Stay tuned for much more content to come. And as always, cheers and ciao. Peace, guys.